right. Well, it happened. Marathon got delayed indefinitely, whatever the fuck that means. And you know what? Like, this is the type of thing that happens in the gaming industry all the fucking time. And you know why it happens? It's very simple why it does happen. Is because the people in charge of making video games today fucking are idiots. It's like there's no other better way to describe it. They don't care about games. They don't care about the players. They don't care about making good games. They just care about working in the game industry and fucking writing passive aggressive fucking bullshit emails at each other. And this is the result of what we get. Now, Marathon is like admittedly not my game. It's not my cup of tea. I played a little Splitgate 2. I've played online shooters. I know what they're fucking about. You know, this is for ultra competitive kids in their parents' basements going fucking mental over trying to get the highest score. That's all what it's about. So, I mean, these kinds of things happen all the time. And, you know, you really gotta wonder the weirdness of it, you know, like what could have been. Because there's admittedly some good little things in there. I mean, there's not a bad art style, but to waste it all on a multiplayer cunts versus cunts shooter is just such a travesty because I would have actually kind of liked a little bit of a story here. I would have liked to explore this weird technology world. Like, I don't know, there was some kind of story where it was like people were like jacked into these suits or something. But you know, from what I saw in this trailer that was 2 years ago they came out with, you know, what the fuck were these idiots doing for 2 years? Um, it's just absolutely stupid. And you know, what a waste of time, energy, money. You know, you probably could have fed 50 villages in Africa for the amount of money it costs for them to waste on this game. So I mean, it's just absolute stupidity. And you know, they do these things all the time in the gaming industry, all the time. You know, they just make this stupidity and stupid decisions lead to this. Now it had the you know, it had some hardcore controversy over some stolen artwork. Now let's look at this because this is like pretty interesting. You know, stealing Marathon's artwork. Yeah, I mean, obviously he took someone at the company. You know, like these things, all these people have managers and all these people have bosses, and it all is a command structure. So of fucking course, and most are like, oh, we didn't know he was doing it. Like, of course, people knew that he was fucking plagiarizing. Esports Insider. Artist Antriel claimed Bungie had stolen her designs and assets. I mean, obviously they fucking did. And you know what? It was like, hey, look at that artwork. Cool, steal it. Nobody's gonna know who she is. Hey, fuck her. She's just a little tiny creator. Nobody cares about her. And that's what happened. That's what they do. These big companies will try and absorb everything. I mean, look at this. Look at like literally one for one picking up of that. It's fucking unreal. And to think that there's no like legal ramifications for this type of bullshit. Look at that. Like, it's literally one for one taking from it. So in conclusion, the state of Bungie's Marathon games now seems uncertain. Well, we know now that what's certain about it is that it's never gonna fucking come out. Is Bungie still making Marathon? Yes. You know, they probably fucking all went into work one day and the door was locked. That's the state of Marathon right now. But I find it's funny because I'm a passionate gamer and I would be passionately creating a project to the very end. And these fuckers feel like they're just clocking in a day at work. You know what I mean? Like they just don't give a shit about the projects they work on. And you know, to think that, you know, if I had got my hands on this project, I would have made a single player story co-op adventure to explore this kind of mystical futuristic world. You know, I would have made some vehicle combat so you could have big battles and you know, smaller operations and buildings and stuff. make it cool. Instead they go like, whoa, you got 3 maps. You got to pay for an extra map in 6 months. It's like, don't make games with the intention of making it some kind of soulless, online shootery, stupid fucking adventure where everybody's just fucking blasting, shooting each other. Now, I made a video on this that stirred the hornet's nest a while ago. And this video, here, we'll scroll down so we can see my face. This was me saying Marathon is the same garbage we've seen many times. 2.2k views a little while ago. And basically what I was saying in this video was the exact same thing I'm saying today. Is that Halo, I loved Halo, Bungie's great, who cares about fucking, what the history is. But this is the same kind of shit we've seen 100 times. Just this soulless multiplayer, everybody shooting everybody adventures, and I just think that that's so soulless. And why make a game like this? Really. So I made this game in April 20th, 420, and people were really divided. And of course, you get asshole comments. Yeah, Bungie doesn't make Halo anymore and shit like that. The people were just whining and bitching in my comment sections. Like, yeah, I mean, the game is pretty bad. Like, you have an absolute disaster on it. The 20 upvotes, and I like to divide people like this because my opinions are fucking controversial, and I will stand by my opinions because I like that. We need someone like that in the gaming industry. Someone who can say it how it fucking is, no matter how many bitches go whining in my fucking comment section going, blah, 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 we don't want that, we don't want that. This, and look who was right all along. Look who was right all along. A soulless bullshit cash grab with no content, nobody's excited about, stealing artwork, the same shit over and over and over and over again. We've fucking seen 100 times in the gaming industry, and look who was right. Tycho Dragon. I was fucking right the whole fucking time. Bungie delays Marathon indefinitely. Look at these jackoffs at Polygon saying this. Bungie has left fans uncertain about what's next. Uncertain, like the game's a fucking disaster. It's like a colossal failure. Even if they pushed it out today, some pre-alpha build, it would still just be like hated upon. And now it's just a meme, Marathon. Bungie's fucking idiots. But this is what I'm saying, is that like, look at this screenshot, okay? Like, that's not bad. Like, yeah, you stole artwork. Yeah, you're stealing things. But it's in a good direction. Give us a world to explore. Give us, like, a little bit of story. Give us some cutscenes, Give us a co-op adventure. Let us explore a couple worlds, Give us an open map that you can drive around on vehicles. Like, that's the spirit that made Halo great. I mean, like, and what, they're just gonna shit out, and now they're not even shitting it out. Now it's just like stuck in fucking limbo. Give us something more than just a bunch of dickheads shooting at each other 24/7. Like that. That is the essence of it. And now I know some people are competitive. Like, some people out there, they just want to win. They just want to go into the game. They want to see all their little stats and modifiers go up. And, I got the most kills to death ratio, bro. Like, I know there's people like that. But in my opinion, that is not the soul of gaming. The soul of gaming is just fun. It's just, an adventure, exploring, adventures, this grand story, and like, yeah, you blast people and kind of get them, in a combat scenario. But this is what I'm saying, is that these people just do not give a fuck about video games, and the people who have made their way into the gaming industry don't give a shit about it. They don't care about having fun. They just want to make the next game. They just want to chase trends. They want to have spreadsheets of who plays what, and like, that's not what gaming is about. Gaming is a fucking art form. We want to have fun adventures. We want to do cool shit. Just do it, and like, fucking dumbasses, man. Some people are just absolute dumbasses, and a lot of them are now are like CEOs, upper people at gaming companies. So yeah, I mean, like Bungie is promised an update on later this fall, when it will share an update progress. What they're doing right now in the studio is they're just scrambling around like chickens with their head cut off, saying, "What can we do? What can we make people like it? How can we sweep the plagiarism thing under the rug?" They are, yeah, they fucked it up. It's like there's no other way to prescribe it. They fucked it up. There's some thoroughly interesting designs here, and this is what I'll stand by. Is there is some thoroughly interesting looks to this. But if all this is just a Concordy fucking, you know, people shooting at each other, and like you just get a couple maps and 5 guns, it's like, why even make that game? I get that people like multiplayer shooters. I understand it. I played Counter Strike 1.6 like way back in the 90s when it first came out as a first mod. I understand these games. I know what the draw is, but in today's world with today's resources, just making a half-assed multiplayer shooter, ripping off some designs, trying to make some cool, trendy artwork is not going to work. Bring something interesting to the table. Make something better than what it, like, than just the bare ass essentials. Give us like 50 maps, like I know it's hard, but the thing is they don't even try. They could make 10 maps, 20 maps, but they don't want to make too many because like, ooh, what if we don't make this map in this certain way? Just make it, like, and that's the most frustrating part about the gaming industry is that the people who make video games a lot of the times, and particularly a lot of the people who are at the top making all the decisions to the games, they don't even like video. They don't even play video games. They go home and have like dinner with friends and barbecues, and like they rarely play video games. These are those types of people making video games, and when you have people who are not passionate making video games, you get shit like this. You you get that crowd of people who aren't in it for the video game enjoyment itself. And yeah, it's just a travesty. I can't believe that it got delayed indefinitely. Here's Paul Tassi fucking on 24/7 damage control. Because now I will admit there is not a lot of I mean, that's pretty DEI. It's like I'm not that I don't even know what fucking pronouns to call that creature. But I mean, it's not as terrible as like the examples of Concord and shit that we've seen. There are some interesting designs here. Maybe there was a little bit of wokeness in Marathon, but that little trickle of wokeness will make people think in a way of being defending it like Paul Tassi is, and it's like in a somewhat expected but dire announcement, Bungie has emerged from the shadows to confirm that its upcoming shooter Marathon has been delayed indefinitely, as we do not have a window as when it is being released. So they literally just put it on the back burner, and they might just cancel it. It might be canceled right now because how could you have a game that's like nearly ready to launch and then just be like, well, we can't do it? Maybe they have to legally, maybe there's stuff going on in the background of the legalities of how they stole that artwork from that chick, and they've literally got to just take it all out of there, and that's going to be a massive undertaking because the whole game seems like it was themed around this person's design style, and it's like there's no good creative people in the gaming industry, or at least there's no good creative people who have made it to the top of the gaming industry, because often the people at the top are just complete knobs, and they don't give a shit about video games. They just want to make money. They just want to leech off the industry. They don't care about the art of gaming. Now, like, look at this stuff. Look at that takes. It's hilarious. It really is hilarious. Stolen art. You know, and what a crime that is. Look at that. Look at the comparisons of those two. Yeah, so I mean, they fucked it up. They know they should have known they fucked it up. Marathon is something that they have the technology and the artistry to make a great game, but they don't because they have idiots in charge in the gaming industry, and that's just the truth. It is just the truth, man. I'm telling you.